And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3 as the Great Qing. Where, well, I can see that my literacy is coming up. So I'm probably actually in the point where I want to start contemplating building some more universities to keep the budget balanced. Dynam is stuck again at 25. We need to go down to 24 to integrate them to attack across them into gold fields. Or into Siam. Gold movement. Are you actually gonna go down? No. Okay, well, we're just gonna keep these on me on Persia. I'll kick them all up a little bit, so we'll have to wait a little bit for to come back down again. But with Persia integrated, we can now go after a few other targets. Like going into Iraq. Yeah, let's go into Iraq. Lower their opinion? Yeah, I can lower their opinion. Guess they ought to be wary of me. Oops. No. Meat? Yeah, meat. And there goes our invasion. So as while we are invading, we can go ahead and start. No, we know. Or why am I not allowed to target you with anything? Do I have a treaty with you? I do have a treaty with them. Okay. I haven't lowered the opinion with Iraq enough yet. There goes Baluchistan. Nothing to our already existing state. We can also swap over to public trade. I think this should increase our reinvestment a bit. attack speed. Getting some progress on that one, okay. Shift work, we're 10 months out. Suppose with us being 10 months out in shift work, that would make sense to upgrade the Beijing University for when that comes off. Commercialized agriculture did actually move one step, so that's good to see. Got a new mandate, so we can go ahead and accelerate our research more. Quite there with Iraq yet. Gotta go send some troops in, deal with the La Feng rebellion. North, that will improve all our steel mills. Okay, what do we want to build after those universities? Food's an option, paper's an option. Iron's an option again. It's probably the cheapest, so we'll start with iron. Do like 20 iron mines. Chunksy, why are you having such a problem with infrastructure? Always hiring up, right? Yeah. Oh. Why are my railways not subsidized? Because I have one arm, but that's gonna make sense. Here's a skirmish infantry, so that's something we want to swap the entire army over to as available. So, skirmish infantry go from consuming, what is it, one arm, small arm? Yeah, one small arm to double that, and a munition. Shh. And we're going to want just short of 500 munitions then. So queue up 500 munitions worth of munition plant. Okay. And once we start seeing that in the production queue, we'll begin the upgrading to the new troop type. Alright, so I can only ask for war goals, that's all they're offering me. And liberate the British Raj is not on the list. Liberate country is. Though I'd still have to force this on them, and this is likely going to end in a white peace. So anything that doesn't give me anything for a white peace is probably a bad deal for me. So we're just going to not join in this war. Unless I'm willing to send troops to London personally, it's a bad idea to start a war. In a way, we're not going to be able to finish the war. Oh, almost done with shift work. Dynamite probably makes sense for the next one. Dynamite, steam donkeys doesn't seem that important because it kind of isn't. But that allows us then to go into pump jacks, which specifically will allow us to do automatic irrigation on all of our plantations, which should make the plantations sufficiently non-profitable for that people stop building new plantations, but at the same time makes them far more productive. So, for example, double the amount of opium we produce, which should help drive down the price of opium and so on, while giving us a big thing of engine demand that we can just start to produce. Literacy is up, innovation's up, expert should be up. I suppose technically I can take stop sharing off of you. Okay. So after those iron mines, I probably want to move on to paper once again. We'll just build like 50 paper mills. Like 10 groceries. Commercialized agriculture has entered the adoption phase, so we've got a 36% chance of success. And if we get the wrong sort of stall, it will end the attempt. Is the Russian-American company independent? No. They just want me to invest in. Okay. Weird. stock companies. That in theory gives me another corporation slot. I may hold off on selecting this one. Oh, 5% minting is tempting. It's 5% state construction division is tempting as well. So that we can pick up this one. It requires steam donkeys, which is the next thing we're going to research. I might hold off until we research the next thing. Let's modernize the infantry. The newly modernizing skirmish infantry is going to start to demand much more, well, guns, and also going to demand ammunition. So that's why we wanted that ammunition factories to basically be finished before we start the transition, because it's going to be a pretty hard transition otherwise. We now low enough opinion with Iraq. We can come after Iraq. Let's go to make them a protectorate. Unless someone joins in, we should probably be able to do the entire war with the plain red banner. You want to see us go back to per capita? I don't want to, and that's starting to become a little bit of a legitimacy problem. Okay, if I want to continue with the law we're on, we need to drop taxes temporarily. Get enough legitimacy back to get it moving again. Iraq broke back to down, okay. So obviously need to expand our government bureaucracy because everything got stalled due to bad law effect. Yeah, I probably want to build up the farms at some point. And the Navy at some point. For the prestige and the foreign declared interests. Dynamite unlocked. Plus 25% resource discovery chance. And dynamite, and does also provide the upgrade to explosive factory. So we'll do explosive factory. And explosives. Oh wait, now we're oversupplying bullets, but munitions, but that's fine. As the literacy penalty wears off, we'll probably raise taxes again. What is our balance here between me and the civilian sector? About 50-50. So anything, we kind of want that reinvestment portion to rise faster. We'll discover Basara, which is nice. Yep, thinking this run... Well, this run wasn't that bad, but we're running a bit behind proverbial schedule with trying to get the construction built. Which can have a feedback loop on the investment pool problems. Need to spend the investment pool to build the investment pool. A bit better expanding than I usually am, but maybe not great as developing the economy, as I usually do in China. There's healthcare 4. Mining accident. Almost got law enforcement done. Who's the heir apparent? Another traditionalist. It's usually that, but sometimes you get someone who doesn't. Okay, what do we want to build? Bureaucracy's positive again. Probably want to start building some engines, engine tools and such. Yeah. Okay. Industry, engines. In theory, you probably need engines everywhere. Right, so just give 10 engine factories. Okay, it's 10 engine factories. That's gonna be tools. After that, we need a lot of tools. Need like 40 factories of tools. To meet the current demands for tools. And that'll drive up steel, so we'll have to put more steel in cycle. Steel's a bit low at the moment, so that's not something we're going to rush to do. they were depending on. Institutional, so basically just got the achievement again, apparently, for getting an institution to level 5. Have any of those factories, we'll turn them on to the next one, and we do. In 6 months, we'll have steam donkeys, which will be our next corporation. And then, like, 18 months after that, we'll do automatic irrigation, which is going to require a lot of engines, but should, in theory, boost a lot of our plantations. It'll be a bit of yin and yang, right? And we'll produce a bunch more stuff, but it'll drop their profitability a bit from oversupply. I don't know why I have an obligation to these guys. Just let them take an advantage of this from it. Engines, once again, are the most expensive thing in the nation. Buying engine. Oh, people are buying engines, that's why. Engines are fairly high-valued items, so I'm not actually all that opposed if people are buying engines. Let's go ahead and make another batch of 10 engines then. 10 engines. This loss failed at this point. Does the church bring anything useful to the table? Bureaucracy, corporate state. Not really, unless I want to swap to state religion, I think. Okay, let's go back to a stable government then. Raise the taxes. Okay, establish a new company, so it should now be an option. There it is. So if we get the productivity bonus off of this, this is 10% more technology speed. realism. There we go, so that... It's not a tech we were necessarily working towards, but getting some realist art is not bad. Swap it into arts as well. Somewhat surprised we don't have much demand for art. Let's see, if I subsidize it, it's not going to kick it off. More supply equals more demand equals... We'll see. Still don't have engines in the queue, or we do still have engines in the queue. Okay. So it looks like a little bit of explosives is in order. Goods and materials, but we're still actually got tools in the queue. I'm going to come back over to consumer goods again. Food and clothing. Okay, so we got a bunch of industries and 3 coming online. We'll probably need more and more and more motor industries as we build motor industries, because we're going to start swapping into pump jacks. I'm going to drop government wages. And to get back on the green. Yeah, let's drop government wages. I might even drop military wages. Yeah. And then let's go ahead and queue up a proper fleet expansion. That fleet up to 100, which coincidentally is what level 5 Admiral can support. There's another 100 fleet. Give an admiral to that fleet as well. Do we want a third one? Let's make a third fleet as well. That's a fleet queued up. We'll see how quickly that fleet builds. It will probably presumably need ships. So we'll have to build up the industries to support those ships as well. New mandate. A couple different options we can go with at this point. Well, let's go with militarized industry so we can get the efficiency with converting government funds into military goods in a way that generates enough money. Nope, we got a small rebellion. That will be quickly put down by the plain red banner. Let's bring government administration so that we can have bureaucracy problems. I think we currently have... We've got unresponsive government. Oh, we have dealing with corruption, which will go away. So we're at 10% more bureaucracy if we didn't do anything, but fix that sooner rather than later. And then with the new and improved Navy, we probably want to build up some convoys, so we probably want to build up docks. Build up ports everywhere. At least ports everywhere we got people to man them. Communist Brunswick. Just got reinforced wind ships. Swap to because we just made Dynam a puppet. We can now do our invasion through them. So let's invade Siam. Netherlands sides with Siam. Can't sway anyone in. Is there anything I want off of the Netherlands while they're in this war? We don't have the Navy yet. If I had the Navy, we'd probably be trying to get the Netherlands to give up the DIA. Which would, well, at this point might not cause it to fragment, but would leave it more open to invasion. Let's go full mobilization to try to scare our enemies into surrendering. Complete steel railway car, and then we'll go into the fertilizer next. So I'm not going to be able to transition all the farms. We've got a bit of a queue, so it's a bit risky to overcommit. Okay, swap more of goods, food stuff first, and see what that leaves us on engines. Okay, that's workable. Don't want to commit too hard, like the silk probably don't have enough demand for the silk to start with. Let's silk's on this one. We might actually have demand for the silk. So capacity for like 1,000 more engine demand. Okay, we can talk about that. Swap the silk on. See how the markets rebalance after that. War begins. The one navy that we do have, go ahead and drop a red flame banner in the enemy's rear. Hopefully so we can get the war over quicker. More engine demand, so game next. Yeah. All the poor people trying to buy our engines are like, what happened to the engine price in China? The answer is we realized we could use it for making things like more opium. Be another 1,000 engines. Don't have right now, so I'll have to wait until the engine market recovers a little bit. Oh, fleet got defeated, which isn't surprising. That's the whole point of building a new one. did take over the Siamese capital, so the war is basically over. Well, we can go ahead and probably put another tax on if we want. Yeah, looks like a transportation tax would not be bad. Okay, so most of the stratas are happy under very high taxes right now, except for the middle strata. Vacuum packing, fish and canning practices. None of those are going to integrate or activate right now. Because we need oil. I don't think we have enough oil to just unilaterally decide that we're doing that. Oh, maybe we're wrong. Let's try that. Oil price will shoot up and then immediately come back down because there's actually sufficient supply in the market to support that. Okay. A little bit more food produced and supplied. Yeah, in theory, our fleet is beginning to construct. We'll see how quickly that builds up. Tanker cars, steam trains, joint steam trains, steel passage carriages, okay. Did improve fertilizers. Swap over to the new train stuff. Pan-nationalism, that gives us more authority, so we do more taxes. Do I start taxing groceries higher? Let's do that. Okay. May also start contemplating dropping taxes with the plan of doing sort of a democratic transition. Do that, we'd have to drop the number of radicals. We're on a new emperor. One with expensive tastes, which is not great. Experienced political apparatus, that's where we got a lot of authority. Imposing, so our infantry is not going down as quickly anymore. Very mixed bag of an emperor here. Fang rebels again. You lost your admiral. I'm looking at the time, it's probably where I should go ahead and start contemplating putting in a heartbreak. And we'll pick up next time. Trying to see if we can get the economy to go bigger, better, faster. As technology is coming on, we're getting more and more opportunities to raise the GDP. Mine's not quite going up as fast as I'd like. Which at this point I don't think is actually really tied to the tech being ineffective, but just a reinvestment not being super great. Maybe didn't get the reinvestment going soon enough. After improved earlier, so we might, well, seeing if I remember, we'll try to do Gantry cranes into ironclads, probably into, like, self-propelled torpedo boats. So we get some modern metal fleet. But that'll be for next time. Economy, otherwise economy going. We got space in food for expansion, so both fish and grain are expensive. Fish isn't really expandable, but grain is. And in theory, groceries are as well, right? So if we try to get into small groceries, that would be good. And to be fair, that's the reason we're going to fertilizers, right? So we need small fertilizers. That's a way to drive down food prices without having to unemploy people by building farms. We need more engines. That would be a great source for GDP, because just building engines at this point to meet this demand would generate a bunch of GDP. Surprisingly, we have a demand for meat. Abnormally high demand for meat. Is this like one of those games where I've gotten, and I have had before, where one of our pop types ends up with a obsession with... Culture is probably a better way to check it. Cultures. Obsession with meat. It doesn't look like we got it this time, which is good. The obsession with meat isn't particularly great when you get it. Yeah, I think the big period where we're maybe in very heavy debt. I think we may have run the radicals a bit too high. So the unrest around the country is slowing down our growth. Yeah, we'll build out all the ports. The ports will help with allowing us to either import or export stuff. Maybe I should have done that earlier. We'll see. We are currently importing grain from the French. Currently importing iron. Don't import iron from them. Export tea, obviously, but don't import. So yeah, this is where I'm going to go ahead and put in the part break. If you're watching YouTube, there may be a part up tomorrow. We'll see if I get around to recording again. This is being recorded as my time allows. It's not on the schedule, so it's whenever I have free time. Get everything else I planned for the day done early. So if you're watching on YouTube, probably the best way to make sure you get the next one is subscribe to the channel and check in every once in a while. If you're watching on Twitch, again, this is on a scheduled stream. This is sort of an unscheduled stream. So the next stream will be whenever it is. Hope everyone has been enjoying. With that, this is where we're going to go ahead and end it. Wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part and the next stream. And bye for now.